Hello, I'm Leisa Holland-Nelson, co-host of Culture Club HTX, and I'm here for our Friends at the Fireplace edition with
Shavonnah Schreiber, the other half of Culture Club HTX, and
Maidie Ryan of Camp Aspen Elevated Loungewear.
And our friend.
Maidie and I have known each other for so long.
I've known her longer.
You have.
We've discussed this.
It's true.
I know, isn't that wild? Anyway.
It's just crazy.
Houston is a very small place.
It's a small place, and that's why you have to
And somehow we were separated at birth. We're not sure how that happened.
Yeah,
but
we don't know. But you know,
exactly.
We're reunited.
It's so true. We are reunited. Okay.
But
we have so many questions for you. This has been so exciting. Running into you, the brand launching, the party at Tootsie's, just
so fun.
The catalog is just beautiful. The magazine.
The camp zine.
The camp zine. So much so that someone asked me, do I have to give this back? And I was like, no, what are you going to do? Like, I just love it. Because it is. It's really beautiful.
Really beautiful.
The camp zine is definitely a passion project.
Okay.
As is Camp Aspen. My
let's talk about
is passionate about Aspen as a place to get away from the heat, the humidity, the hecticness, I like to say, of Houston. And Aspen is a great place to go from Houston. There's tons of direct flights. It's a relatively short flight, and there's great lodging options depending upon if you want to stay at a high-end hotel or you want to get a condo.
Or you want to camp out. You can camp out, can't you?
Who's camping in
Aspen? I don't know.
I think the irony is you can't actually camp in city limits.
No, I don't think so.
Which is part of
the
fun. Which is
I mean,
part of the fun of the name. But it is designed, the camp part is designed to evoke, your favorite memories from camp growing up as a kid. And the camp zine, which is one of our favorite parts of the brand, is just designed to help bring together the whole lifestyle that is Camp Aspen. Lately, we've been discussing the sweetness of choosing to do nothing in a place where you could do almost anything.
Well, that's a very interesting concept because doing nothing is so difficult for everybody. And doing nothing in Aspen, I can't even imagine because you walk out your door and it's just visual stimulation.
But you mean doing nothing like just, strolling around, not having an agenda that's strict. It's not hard for me.
Exactly.
I can do
doing nothing like literally going through your day without an agenda, leaving your phone in the hotel room, which I do all the time.
You do?
Yeah. I do. I love it. I love just leaving
and
my
go
phone.
Wander. That's
around.
The thing I like about Aspen.
Like without a plan, in and out. You can sit on a park bench and watch kids playing in the park. You can get a coffee. You can go to do some very high-end shopping if you want. But it is a great place to choose to do nothing. I mean, you can plan great hikes. You can take the gondola up the mountain. You can spend your day doing lots and lots of things. Or
you just wander around.
You can just choose to do nothing. And I have to say, given how hectic life is in the city, that's my favorite thing to do on vacation is to do nothing.
Yeah, just wander about. So that's the origin of Camp Aspen. And there's a term that I learned, 20 years ago from a leadership class of all things called neoteny. And it's this idea of maintaining that youthfulness no matter your age. Exactly. And when I hear Camp Aspen, that's what I think of. It's the kid in all of us that wants to play and have fun and whatever that looks like for you and feeling like you can do it. And you don't have to be this serious adult when you're in Aspen.
Exactly. And that's why we have some really fun colors of our matching sets for both men and women. I was wearing the Contrast Raglan Crew matching set in lavender haze last weekend, and it's just super fun. I wouldn't go to a business meeting in that, but I would enjoy doing mostly nothing. Well, in that, we have a guy's set that comes in like this bright yellow and an orange, and then also a black for the guys who want to be a little bit more. There is an orange t-shirt in one of those bags because I might have remembered that.
I do love orange. She's teasing me because my granddaughter said it would look
That's not her color.
I know, but I love orange.
Knows
I love orange too and wear it almost as much as I can. For some reason, we didn't do the tank in orange, but
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. That is the great thing.
So you said something that I think we should double click on. You wouldn't wear it to a business meeting because you created this category, right?
Right, elevated loungewear. So we wanted, my brother in particular wanted something he could wear from the plane to the hotel lobby and be comfortable traveling, but also look put together if he went to meet someone for a coffee.
Yes.
And that's sort of the inspiration for the line is that it's stuff you would travel in, but look put together.
Okay.
And just, it's that balance. It's super comfortable, nothing constricting, nothing constraining. We're about to drop our cashmere travel set. So pants and a long sleeve top, which obviously will be a little warm for here right now, but come the fall traveling to Aspen,
it's perfect.
From plane to wherever you want to go next.
Absolutely.
And
So elevated loungewear, not athleisure. So say a little bit more.
Not athleisure because you would definitely not work out in our clothes. This is post yoga, post Pilates, post hike. You want to look put together, but you don't want to look sweaty.
That's me all the time, but fair.
But, and also because, quite frankly, the athleisure space has a lot of competition.
Yes.
And if you're not going to innovate in some kind of way, then you're just doing what other people are doing. So this was an opportunity to innovate, both in terms of what we're making, as well as using our snow leaf logo, which we haven't yet had a chance to talk about.
Which we love and we'll talk about next.
This is our snow leaf logo, and it is a combination of a snowflake and a leaf. And we're actually in the process of having it trademarked because we think it is so, we hope it becomes the iconic representation of the brand.
Well, I'm looking at your belt buckle and thinking how you should replace it with the snow leaf belt
100%.
Okay.
I do not disagree, but it is a perfect example of where we want the snow leaf, what we want the snow leaf to become. Because you can look at my belt buckle and I know you know the brand without me telling you.
Of course.
So what we want is everything snow leaf to then everyone knows you're wearing Camp Aspen. Sort of the way the whale is for Vineyard Vines.
Right.
The polo horse for Ralph Lauren. We want the snow leaf to represent Camp Aspen.
The thing I like, let's talk more about the snow leaf, but the thing I like about the brand in general is that it's a capsule. It almost feels like a capsule. So there's not rows and rows and rows in every color you can imagine. Seems like you were very thoughtful in the colors and in the pieces that you decided to launch with.
So my background, as you both know, is being a lawyer. So the other exciting thing and the other useful thing is deciding at 49 or my brother deciding on my behalf at 49 that I was going to run an elevated loungewear brand. And one of the models that lots of brands are following these days is the drop model. So where you release, you've actually produced at one time a big collection because you want to do that for lots of reasons, cost savings, production.
Of course.
But then you release it in these little drops or capsules to sort of entice the buyer, not overwhelm the buyer, give the buyer something to look forward to every month. And so it's been a really good model for us so far, and our plan is to maintain the drop model while incorporating like collaborations and partnerships. I'm sure you all have seen like everybody releases a, X by, and so we're working on, some of those are in the works right now. Nothing's final enough to talk about yet, but I think that'll be an interesting and fun addition to the drops.
Well, I know that I promised you a trick question. And
here she comes.
Well, because as an ex-retailer, manufacturer in the fashion business, I'm thinking about, first of all, what I'd love to know is how you found the launch. Did you feel that you were successful? But what is next? Will you keep, you said small capsules, okay, so where at retail will people be able to find it? Will it be an online and Camp Zine purchase? I mean, what's your future growth plan beyond just collaborations?
So that is a great question. We do want to get retail space in Aspen and have it available in stores in Texas and hopefully elsewhere. I think people responded so well at the Tootsie's pop-up. And I think with the new brand, the number one thing I've learned, especially with women, is they want to touch and feel and try on, right? So we need to have more opportunities for people to do that. We've also received a number of requests through Instagram, like, can I buy this in Aspen? And so we're talking to several retailers in Aspen. We maybe want to work on an exclusive deal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it something that we do? We're considering doing it with a hotel. Do we put it in a hotel gift shop?
Spa. So post spa treatment, switch out your clothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those things are definitely in the works.
Okay.
Just, we are a pretty lean team right now.
You and your brother?
Patrick.
Is there anyone else?
And Patrick actually doesn't do this full time. Patrick is the founder.
So he recruited the full-time employee you.
That would be
partner,
me, correct.
yes. Okay.
And we do.
So he's smart.
He is smart. Thank you.
Yeah.
He is smart, and we have no other employees, but obviously to get all of this done, we have contractors and consultants who help with each piece of the pie. But at the end of the day, to close a deal like a retail collaboration, you need to talk to the founder or the president.
Yeah.
And so we are just working our way through the system with some different conversations. We're going to be back in Aspen later this month to hopefully sign, seal, and deliver. Well, we're waiting to learn about a meeting date.
Okay.
It's either going to be August 22nd or August 29th.
I'm going the 29th. You can go with me.
Oh,
this one.
Great.
Yeah, I'm heading there. Selma's going to be 8 on September 2nd.
Oh,
so
how fun.
I'm going for the Taylor Swift birthday party.
I know. It's a whole thing. So where can people find Camp Aspen now?
It's only available online right now.
And I actually think, I know we talked about, where will the consumer be able to purchase? I think there's something special about the scarcity that's created when you can only get it at certain places. One, that can drive a price point, which is good because you're a business. But I think it can be, I could see this becoming that thing where the reason people want it is because you can't get it everywhere.
Exactly.
And so how do you balance that? Obviously,
there's
a balance.
There's a balance because again, I do want to get it in people's hands because I think once people have it in their hands, they're really, really happy with the product.
Yes.
Like I don't know if we've had any returns.
Oh,
quite
good.
frankly.
That's fantastic.
That is really good.
We're exceeding our customers' expectations, at least meeting our customers' expectations for what they're buying, right?
Yes.
And so I think the trick is to get it in people's hands. We are going, I know this is going to be random, but we are going to be at the Christmas fair for the Junior League of El Paso in November.
Hardly random. I'm sure that there will be tons of shoppers there.
I think it's going to be a great place to tap into a new Texas market.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
And, in the future, would we look to do maybe not the Nutcracker market, but potentially.
Well, depending if you're,
It depends. Everything is sort of like where do we have the resources and what's the best ROI?
What is the shopper looking for?
I have some ideas that I will tell you offline.
Okay.
I'm sure
But it
I
is a little bit of what's the shopper looking for. Affiliate marketing is
Very
the thing
important.
these days.
What the shopper is looking for, the world according to Shavonnah, is for one, a good product. We know that. A decent price point, relatively speaking, for other things that they may purchase, and exclusivity.
Yes.
I think that's what people, now how you deliver on those things, that's up to you, and that formula can be mixed different ways.
And then, as much as I believe in you 100%,
But
there is a huge club mentality in the United States.
Well, yeah.
It's like all those guys wearing their blue Oxford
That's what I
shirts
mean.
and their khakis.
Yeah.
So exclusivity, yes, but everybody has to have the snowflake, the tree.
It has to be, yes. It's
the
that
the logo
balance.
tank. The logo
it's a
tank.
balance,
You
right?
have to have it.
Yeah.
Right, but once upon a time, whenever I like to make the comparison that Aspen is to Texas as Martha's Vineyard is to New York. And so the obvious brand that I'm referencing with the whale, right? When everyone first started, when guys first started wearing those ties, I'm sure they were getting questions. Where'd you get those ties? How'd you make, that
what
tie
is
is
this?
so cool. And it reminds me of my summers on the vineyard, right? It's like, it's sort of, we're trying to follow that model in a way, but for the Aspen, Texas experience. So eventually, hopefully, the snow leaf will become as iconic
there's so
as
much
the whale.
Texas to cover too.
There
You've got
is.
major, 5 or 6 major markets without having to leave the state. So
Exactly, and
Like
I think
El Paso.
5 plus El Paso,
Austin, Dallas,
5 plus El Paso. Huge shout out to El Paso. No, but I think that's one of the things we've learned about working with some of our production consultants is that the Texas market really is a different market compared to the coasts. That what the coasts want is not necessarily what Texas wants. And so we are hoping we can kind of hone in on the fact that we are living in Texas and have been in Texas for a long time to bring that Texas consumer more of what they're looking for, which is also why we are very open to feedback.
So tell us about some of the feedback.
What have you been hearing so far? Other than the product is great because no one's returned anything.
Right,
which is
no one's
fantastic.
returned. So that is one
data
metric.
point. Yep.
That is one data point. Our range collection has sold out twice. The crew neck, it's our nod to an iconic way to get around Aspen, meaning the Range Rover. We like to say, I think it's pretty much in the camp zine as well, finally a range without a maintenance schedule. People seem to be loving that.
Oh, great.
So much so that we've expanded the line. Right now online, you can get long sleeve and short sleeve t-shirts. You can get on our wait list for a crew neck. We already have 100 people on that wait list.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
I encourage you to get on it soon if you'd like one. And we're going to do trucker hats next because their trucker hats are having a moment.
And people are asking for it. So you
And
gotta give
people
the
are
what they
asking
want.
for it. So we are going to give the people the trucker hats.
So we could get trucker hats.
Lisa's
and
not
have
gonna.
hat
I
hair.
was just waiting.
Well, you were not going to have hat hair with a trucker hat.
Well,
You
you're
can
not gonna
tuck
wear a
it
hat,
under.
period.
No.
And
Well,
I love
I'm not
hats.
wearing a trucker hat.
Well, definitely not
I'll
a trucker
tell you
hat,
that.
but definitely not a hat in general.
Sometimes if I have to.
If she has to. To be Taylor Swift, maybe cowboy hat.
No.
Okay, so URL where people can find merchandise one more time.
CampAspen.com.
And then what about the socials? All Camp Aspen.
At Camp Aspen, yes.
Are you managing those too? You said there are 2 employees. I'm like, before you start direct messaging.
So no, you can direct message, although we prefer questions about the products to come to camp director at campaspen.com.
Okay, great.
Which is me. We do have a social media manager that we've
Excellent.
hired.
Very good.
Patrick has a great network of people. And so, because he's a great business entrepreneur, so he was able to connect us with someone who's managing our social.
Excellent. And are you 1 year old yet?
We officially launched the first online sales on December 2nd of 2023.
So almost.
Almost
You're
a year.
6 months old.
We went live with the women's collection, as you saw at Tootsie's in May.
That's super excited. You've done a lot.
We've done a lot.
I mean,
in
that's
a short
great.
amount of time.
Yeah, that's
And
terrific.
beautiful branding, which I think is
Yes.
the most important thing.
Thank
It's
you.
the hardest thing to establish. But once you have a brand and a brand identity that people can count on
Yep.
and understand and look up to and aspire
Yeah, that's aspirational.
to.
That's a good point.
Aspirational.
That is also something that's important.
Yeah, very. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so
both
we'll
for
have to
having
have
me.
you back in December for your first birthday or after your
Yeah.
first birthday.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because we want to hear, okay, so
We'll be wearing our Camp Aspen sweaters. Will we have
maybe
sweaters?
cashmere.
Yes, the
Ensemble.
Cashmere Lounge
I mean,
set.
I could do that. Can I wear a blazer with it? Maybe
You
I don't know.
You're
I
a
mean,
blazer.
I'm the blazer
you
person.
definitely
you know?
could. And I will also say for people who like an audio experience, we have a Camp Aspen playlist on Spotify.
What?
What?
Wonderful.
We didn't know that.
Yes, so there's a QR code in the Camp Zine.
Which is hard to find. Where can you get the camp zine?
The Camp Zine, it's actually complimentary with every order. So you
Oh.
can purchase the Camp Zine,
wow.
but even if you purchase just a pair of socks or a hat,
You get the camp zine. Oh, and the playlist. We'll link to the playlist. This is exciting.
So I have to say, I love the playlist. A little known fact, at least it was little known to those
Are
of
you a
us
DJ?
working on it. No,
Oh,
that would be
okay.
so cool.
That
though.
would be super cool.
That'd be a really good little known fact. But Stevie Nicks wrote "Landslide" in Aspen.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. It's one
She
of my
wrote it
favorite
in
songs.
Aspen. So
Yeah.
in the current
Really?
issue of the Camp Zine, there's an article about her writing it in Aspen.
Oh, I love that.
And there is also the QR. That's the page you'll find the QR code.
How often do you do the camp scene?
So we've done 2 volumes.
Oh, okay.
And we will. I will say it is a labor of love. You'll see, and it is it's a play on the real and maybe the surreal. We did a take
Like camp.
Exactly. We did a take on Madeline going to visit Aspen because Madeline's my favorite children's
Mine
book.
too. I love Madeline.
And I love it when she tells the tiger in the zoo to poo poo. Anyway, so there's a reference to a snow tiger. So again, it's a labor of love. We put lots
You
of
can tell
personal
it's very-
references in it
very
and
well
lots
done.
of inside jokes.
Yes.
There's lots of
That's the club. That's being a part of the club
Yes.
and being able to sit around and talk
and
about
if-
the inside
and
jokes.
you'll be able, like, you can, for those people who know me or Patrick pretty well, you can find the little touch points pretty easily, especially in the Spotify playlist. Although I will say I did one, I included one song that is a nod to one of Patrick's exes, and he still hasn't figured it out.
Oh, isn't that funny? Men, what can we say? And on that, we're going to say thank you for being with us.
Thank you so
Thank
much. This is
you.
so fun. Okay, so you'll come back. She's agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
For your one
Oh, well, I would
anniversary,
love
your
it.
first anniversary.
Yes.
Maybe you can bring Patrick back. We'll see.
Oh, I'd love that.
That
He
would be
is
great.
hysterical. Patrick.
We
That'd
only
be
like
perfect.
funny people.
Patrick
we don't have any non-funny
can
people.
like literally make a story about going to buy carrots at Whole Foods, like a tear, like you'll be laughing so hard. You'll
Okay,
be
Patrick, you
crying
can come back.
because,
Okay.
and I'm like, Patrick, why am I laughing so hard? You telling me about walking across the street to buy carrots, and it's just the funniest thing.
So y'all will come back to
Yes.
celebrate one. We'll
we
have a
will
cupcake.
come back.
Yes,
Oh,
we're going to have a
that'd be
party.
great.
We'll have a party.
Yeah. That, we want you to stay focused, stay fit, and
Why do you get to always say stay fit?
you
Stay
say
fabulous.
stay fit because it's my passion.
Okay. Bye. Bye.